A Short History of the Vietnam War Draft Lottery by B-52Jr. I come to you with a heavy heart. Lyndon Baines Johnson. The Vietnam War consisted of 3 stages. 1. Invasion. 2. Attack. 3. Vietnam is cut in half by a window. Agent Orange was first used in Vietnam in 1962. John F. Kennedy invaded Vietnam in 1962. In 1964, there was a presidential election, and Barry Goldwater, the Republican nominee, said that he would cut Vietnam in half. Cut Vietnam in half. In 1964, my father told me he cried in 1964 when Goldwater lost, because Goldwater would cut Vietnam in half. A Short History of the Vietnam Draft Lottery by B-52Jr. Continued. Well, my father was a tank commander in World War II, first lieutenant in the United States Army, and he commanded tanks. And they invaded Japan. And the last big battle of Japan, of the war of World War II for Americans, was on Okinawa. Okinawa Neva. My father said when he invaded Japan in 1945, they could smell the dead bodies from 5 miles offshore from the big battle in April of 1945 in Okinawa, in a big valley on Okinawa. And all the American tanks got creamed. 5 men per tank, my father lamented to me. He landed on Port Naha on August 10th, the day after Nagasaki. Onagi, Osagi, Owiki Waki Woo. That is a World War II swing song that WBAI played on the radio in New York in 1970. Agent Orange was used in Vietnam from 1962 until 1971. The 4th stage of the Vietnam War was the draft lottery. This meant that they would pick numbers out of a hat or barrel, and whatever birthday is number 1, like July 4th is the first one they pick, then who's ever born under 18 years old of that year would be the first to be drafted, shall we say. So in 1970, I turned 18, and a man is cut in half by a window. Oh, A Short History of the Vietnam War Draft Lottery by Bernard Durning Jr. Me. My brother, Andrew Jackson Durning, had red hair and was born in 1962, same year that Vietnam War began with President John Fitzgerald Kennedy. In 1964, Goldwater would cut Vietnam in half. But Lyndon